Good morning, everyone. I'm Kim Mo-gyan. Like I've mentioned a few moments earlier, we are breaking into our regular programming to bring you a live coverage of the annual 73rd Armed Forces Day ceremony. Now, this year, the opening ceremony is seen as more significant as this marks the first time the nation's Marine Corps will host this event. Under the theme, The Military of the People, Strong Forces, this year the ceremony is being held aboard the naval ship Marado that's currently moored in Pohang. Marado is a 14,500-ton assault ship, which is capable of carrying up to 1,000 troops, armored vehicles, tanks, and other heavy military equipment. Since the ship can also mount high-speed amphibious boats and helicopters, we will be able to see President Moon Jae-in disembark from Marine One to officially kick off the event. Now, during the ceremony, we will also be able to see a joint amphibious operation by the Army, Navy, and Air Force, including the mobilization of the F-35A fighter jets and a Korean assault amphibious vehicle. South Korean President Moon Jae-in is expected to deliver a speech there where he could reassure the public of the country's strong national security. He's also expected to touch upon the strengthened joint defense readiness between Seoul and Washington. South Korea's defense ministry says today's event will symbolize the nation's will to take a leap forward to become a more seasoned, powerful military, both through the strengthening of self-defense capabilities and technological development. Now, this year's event is garnering extra attention as it comes at a crucial time when the two Koreas are on the brink of resuming dialogue, as North Korean leader Kim Jong-un said he's willing to restore inter-Korean communication lines beginning this month, signaling a possible resumption of peace talks. But we still have to see as the regime test-fired another type of missile on Thursday. Now, I believe this is only the second time the event has been held outside of the capital area. Now, let's turn over to the scene. We're likely seeing a Marine One fighter jet, Marine One Air Force actually coming down to the Marado ship.
On the Marado ship, and today, for the first time in our military history, we are holding our ceremony today here on the Marado ship. And since 2017, the Ministry of National Defense has been selecting the best location to showcase the strength of the country's military, both internally and externally. And this year's ceremony is being held here in the city of Pohang, which is a city with long and living history and the spirit of the Marine Corps. And I am very much proud to join you today. And as just mentioned, we are also seeing the Marine One arriving and disembarking on the Marado ship. And we have President Moon Jae-in, the commander-in-chief of the country's military, on board the helicopter. And the Marado ship, in order to provide you some more detail, is a Marine Corps mobile helicopter developed with South Korea's homegrown technology. It is a model that has been made by supplementing the Army's Suryeon to befit the landing operations. And we have the safety guards who are safeguarding the Marine One, and they are securing the Marine One helicopter onto the deck of the vessel. And for safety purposes, the president will step out after 2 minutes of safety check. And for the time being, we have prepared a video. There is no day and night when it comes to safeguarding the country, and we cannot also entrust this in the hands of others. We need to build a strong nation and a strong readiness that cannot be withered by any countries, and this is the only way for us to safeguard and build peace. If there is anyone which is trying to invade our territory and water and our sky, we will be facing it with any penalization, and it is all about having such a capacity. And the road that you have selected is never going to be easy. However, even faced with difficulties, you need to always remember that we have the people of the country in full support. And now you are at the main stage.
3, 2, 1, 0.
In the challenging times when we have had only limited technology to even build a small gun, we also now have been developed into a full military capability power. And today we have achieved the dreams of our ancestors, developing our military power with homegrown technology. We need to remember that today's Republic of Korea has been built on top of the sacrifice of our fallen martyrs and heroes. And starting from now on, the Korea's army, the Air Force will be safeguarding you back home. And even as we speak, there are 1,200,000 people who have not yet been able to return home. We will never forget these fallen heroes. In just a moment, we will have the President and the First Lady disembark from the helicopter. Now the President and the First Lady are stepping out from the Marine One, and they have arrived at the Marado ship. The Marado ship, the venue of this year's Armed Forces Day ceremony, is ROK Navy's most cutting-edge landing platform ship that was put into commission in June this year. Entailing the resolution to safeguard the southern coast of the Korean Peninsula and the naval passageways, the ship has been named after the country's southernmost island, Marado Island. The President is now entering the venue along with the Defense Minister, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the Chief of Staff of Army, Navy and Air Force, Marine Corps Commandant, Head of the Korean Veterans Association, Head of the Marine Corps Veterans. The President is now being greeted by the color guards of the Army, Navy and the Marine Corps, consisting of 42 unit flags, and they are also paying full respect to the President, the country's Commander-in-Chief. The Marado ship is a multi-purpose platform that can not only carry out landing operations, but is also capable of carrying out missions involving the withdrawal of Korean compatriots abroad, disaster relief, and international peacekeeping. The Navy's cutting-edge landing platform ship, Marado ship, symbolizes such duty and the dignity of the country's strong military, and thus it has been selected as the venue for today's event. And also, it is being participating in today's event, and also it is its load displacement reaches up to 19,000 tons, that is, and symbolizes the remarkable growth of the country's military. Now the President and the First Lady are entering the venue. Please give them a big round of applause. And we see Defense Minister, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the Chief of Staff of the Army, Navy and Air Force, Marine Corps Commandant, Head of the Korea Veterans Association, Head of the Marine Corps Veterans are also making their way. I am Kim Sang-jung, 570 class of the Navy, who will be emceeing the ceremony. And I'm Army Major Park Han-na. Let us now commence the 73rd anniversary of the Armed Forces Day ceremony. First, salute to the President. The president will now make his entry into the center of the stage. On the Cheonwanbong ship stationed in front of the Marado ship, we have the Combined Arms Command led by Commander Major General Ham Hee-sung, along with the United Color Guard. The Cheonwanbong ship will fire 21 gun salutes to pay full respect to the country's commander-in-chief. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in paying full respect to the president. Salute the president. Present arms. Present arms. And next, salute to the flag. We have the Dosan Anchangho ship passing by the Marado ship. Distinguished guests, please face the Taegukgi flag attached onto the Dosan Anchangho ship. The Dosan Anchangho ship is the South Korea's first homegrown technology developed 3000 class submarine. Today, the Pledge of Allegiance will be read out by Mr. Lee Bong-sik, First Class of Marine Corps. Please salute. Salute the flag. Present arms. I pledge in front of the Taegukgi allegiance to the Republic of Korea for the eternal glory of the country, liberty, and justice. Next, we will sing the national anthem in unison. The national anthem will be sung in unison with the Defense Ministry Choir. While the national anthem is being sung in unison, the agents of the special forces of the country's Army, Navy, and Air Force holding the flags of the 19 overseas dispatch units will make their descent to celebrate the 30th anniversary of South Korea's joining of the UN. In 1993, the second year since Korea's joining of the UN, our military has been dispatching an engineering group unit to Somalia for the first time as part of the UN peacekeeping forces, and this is being continued to this present. The Republic of Korea, which has once been receiving help from others, is now reaching out to the rest of the world who are in need. This symbolizes the growth of the military. The national anthem will be sung until the 4th verse.
다음은
Next, a moment of silence for the fallen martyrs and heroes.
일동 묵념.
Silent tribute.
국방장관 먼저야?
바로
내빈 여러분께서는
And at
모두
ease,
자리에
please be
앉아주시기
seated.
바랍니다. 다음은
Next,
국방부
Minister of
장관
National
환영사가
Defense will
있겠습니다.
deliver his welcoming
국방부 장관을
remarks.
단상으로 모시겠습니다.
We will now have him onto the podium.
그래도 대충 정해야 돼.
먼저 제 73주년 국군의
I
날을
would like
맞이하여
to celebrate the 73rd Armed Forces Day, and marking this very special occasion, I would like to express my deepest respect and my appreciation to the heroic spirits of the country and our senior
오늘 국군의 날
comrades.
행사를 주관해 주신
And I would
대통령님께
also like to thank the President of the Republic of Korea for organizing today's event.
우리 국군 장병들을 응원하고
And also in order to encourage and send support to our military men and women, we are also joined by our distinguished guests from home and abroad. We also welcome you and thank you once again. And I extend my deepest gratitude to the people of the country who are supporting and trusting our armed forces with unwavering heart. Above all, I would like to also express my special gratitude to the soldiers of the ROK Armed Forces who are exerting their full efforts to carry out their missions at land, sea, and air, as well as overseas deployments.
한반도의 평화와
And my
안정을
thanks
유지하기
also go to the USFK service members who are also on a mission to advance the ROK-US alliance and maintain peace and stability on the Korean Peninsula. This year, for the very first time since the founding of the military, the first division of the Marine Corps, the Pohang City, which is also dubbed the Cradle of the Marines, is becoming the venue of this year's Armed Forces Day ceremony. And also, it is my great pleasure to also showcase this venue, this location as the venue of today's event. And the ROK Armed Forces is currently faced with changing and rapidly changing security conditions at home and abroad. And despite such challenges, we are being equipped with strong forces capable of responding to future security threats. And the Army and our military, that is, has also become the center of the national defense and is taking it's also the first-class army so that it can lead the time and space when it comes to advanced technologies. Our Navy is also becoming a smart Navy and a smart Marine, and it is also being reborn as an advanced Navy as well. The ROK Air Force is also dubbed the highest force to protect Korea, and we are also taking off with a stronger and smarter Air Force. And going forward, the ROK military will also present a direction for future preparations for its Army, Navy, and Air Force and Marine Corps based on future defense innovation and Defense Vision 2050, and build a strong military that can become the leader in the future. And in addition, we will be establishing advanced environment an atmosphere and culture for our men and women in uniform. And we will also devote ourselves to responding to COVID-19. And also in line with our country's status as an advanced nation, we will exert our full duty going forward. And going forward in the future as well, we will be devoting also we will remain devoted to carry out a mission of securing and protecting our country and our people. And today's landing operation, so-called Peacemaker, you will be able to feel and also to feel at hand the strength of our military. And I would like to once again thank you for your attendance, and please also send continued love and support for our armed forces. The country's army will have unwavering dedications to protecting our people and the country under any circumstances. And finally, my thanks goes to the President once again for the hosting of this ceremony. Thank you very much for your remarks. And next we have the award and medal ceremony of the Men of Merits of the Yeonpyeongdo Shelling, and we also will be followed by with an award ceremony for the units that have contributed to national security. The order will be carried out from individuals to the units, and the founding unit flag will be also awarded at last. The President will be moving to the podium. First, awarding of the medals and certificates of the Men of Merits of the Yeonpyeongdo Shelling. Mr. President, please move to the left. Medal certificates. Kim Jong-suk, Marine Corps Command, Marine Major. Since you participated in the Yeonpyeongdo Island shelling and made a brilliant military performance, the following medals are being awarded in accordance to the Republic of Korea's Constitution. And next to Kim Sang-hyuk, the Meritorious Service Medal to the 2nd Marine Division Marine Corps Sergeant. And it is being awarded by the President. And Medal of Merit for Civil Service Marine Corps 1st Division Marine Corps Sergeant Chun Jung-gyu. The medal is being awarded by the President. Military Merit Medal is being awarded to Marine Gunnery Sergeant Lee Jun-hyung. And the medal is being awarded by the President. Please give them a big hand. The President will move to the center of the podium. And next is the commendation for excellence of the units. And the excellent units are selected because they have contributed to national defense. The President will move to the left for awarding. Letter of Commendation, Army 51st Infantry Division. All of the service members below the unit commander above diligently has been performing the duty, and thus it is being awarded to you. October 1st, 2021, President. The Army 51st Infantry Division has been contributing to establishing a surveillance-oriented perimeter operations system. A letter of commendation, Naval Logistics Command. The Naval Logistics Command is producing 3D printed defense products.
표창장. 공군
Letter
제17
of commendation,
전투비행단.
Air Force 17th Fighter Wing. The 17th Fighter Wing of the Air Force conducted the F-35A electrification mission.
수치를 무대기에 달아주시겠습니다.
표창장.
Letter
해병대
of commendation,
제1사단.
1st Marine Division. The 1st Marine Division has been contributing to the establishment of a founding for conducting integrated defense operations organically with the civil, public, military, and police forces.
표창장. 국군
Letter of
체육부대.
commendation, Armed Forces Athletes Corps.
부대 구조를
As part of the Defense Reform 2.0 promotion, the ROK Army Sports Unit has been contributing to its development.
큰 박수 부탁드립니다.
Please give them a big hand.
대통령께서 무대 중앙으로
And the
이동하시겠습니다.
president will move to the center of the stage.
다음으로 지난 아프가니스탄 특별기여자
And next, we have a special award to be awarded to the people who have been contributing to the special operations of the return of those from Afghanistan and also the return of the remains of General Hong Bum-do.
표창장 공군
Letter of
제5
commendation, Air Force
공군기동비행단.
5th Air Mobile Wing.
한국협력
All
아프간
of the
특별기여자
men
철수작전을
and
위해
women in uniform below the unit commander above diligently performed the duty, and thus this is being awarded. October 1st, 2021, President.
수치를 부대기에 달아주시겠습니다.
The ribbon is put on the
여러분, 다시
flag.
한번 힘찬 박수
Please give them a big
부탁드립니다.
round of applause once again.
다음은 국방개혁
Next
2.0 추진에
is
따라
the 1st
올해
Army
각군에서
Mountain
창설되는
Brigade.
부대에 대한 부대기가 수여되겠습니다.
And the colors will be awarded, conferred.
대통령께서 왼쪽으로
The president
이동하셔서
will move to the
수여하시겠습니다.
left side.
먼저
First,
제1산악여단
the Army's 1st Mountain Brigade. The Mountain Brigade is an infiltrating special warfare unit. It's a special unit in intercepting and annihilating mountain operations.
다음은
Next
해군 해상
is
초계기
the Naval
대대입니다.
Patrol Squadron. The Maritime Patrol Squadron responds to submarine threats and conducts maritime surveillance missions in the open sea.
다음은 공군
Next is the Air Force
참수대대입니다.
Ballistic Missile Watch Squadron. The Ballistic Missile Surveillance Battalion carries out the mission of monitoring ballistic missiles throughout the Korean Peninsula. Unit colors will be conferred.
다음은
Next
해병대
up is the
항공단입니다.
Marine Corps Air Corps.
항공단은
The Air Corps will
미래
conduct
국제
future
공격
three-dimensional,
신속
high-speed,
다양한
amphibious
임무를 수행합니다.
operations.
부대기를
It will
수여하시겠습니다.
carry out various missions. Unit colors will be conferred.
대통령께서 무대 중앙으로
The president
이동하시겠습니다.
will move to the center of the stage.
여러분, 다시 한번 수상자들과
Ladies and gentlemen,
수상대, 그리고
please
유공
give another big
장병들에게
round of applause
힘찬
to
박수
all the
보내주시기
awardees.
바랍니다.
대통령께서 기념사를 하시기 위해 무대
The president will
중앙연단으로
move to the
이동하시겠습니다.
podium for his speech. Honorable fellow citizens, dear Armed Forces soldiers, Pohang is the home to Marine Corps. In July 1950, it was the first UN Forces amphibious operation, and it is also a home to Marine Corps, where the training center is here at Yeongilman Bay. For the first time in history, we are holding the ceremony together with the Marine Corps, the Armed Forces Day commemoration. Only the real men can bear. It is meaningful to commemorate to the development of our military on this Marato ship, which contains the dream of the first Marines. Today, the Korean War veteran, the first Marine Corps veteran, Mr. Lee Bong-sik, pledged of allegiance and showed us the living history of patriotism. He received the first invincible Marine handwriting from the first President Lee Seung-man directly, and I pay my respects to Mr. Lee. And I commend all the Marines for their hard work, who willingly devote their youth to the forefront of defending Korea's justice and freedom. The Republic of Korea is today what we see today because of the dedication of the heroes of the country and the dedications of the veterans of the war. And I pay my heartfelt tribute and gratitude to all those who pay their sacrifices. Fellow citizens, Marine Corps, our Marines have names that are as proud as their achievements and valor. In August 1950, the Tongyang amphibious operation gave them the name of Evil Spirit Catching Marine. It was the first successful independent amphibious operation of the Korean military within a year of its establishment. The name Invincible Marine was obtained from the victory in the Battle of Dosolsan-jigu in Yanggu. It's an honorable title. Even now, from the 5 islands in the West Sea and to the Jeju Island in the southernmost part, beyond the Korean Peninsula, wherever our people are needed, there is always Marine Corps, ROK Marine Corps. Now, the Marines will have their renewed wings after 48 years. When the Air Corps is established in December of this year, our Marines will finally have three-dimensional capabilities of attack and mobility. It will be able to handle any operational situation with its utmost ability and will perform perfectly wherever they are needed. In July, in the process of preparing the creation of Marine Corps Air Corps, the late Sergeant Kim Jin-hwa, late Sergeant Kim Se-young, and the late Sergeant Park Jae-woo, the late Colonel Kim Jong-il, the late Colonel Roh Ro-hwan, we pray for their passing. The bravery and pride of the Marines is a valuable victory achieved through their sacrifice. In the name of the Republic of Korea, we will remember the dedication of these heroes. Fellow citizens, last August, the ROK military successfully conducted Operation Miracle in Afghanistan to quickly and safely rescue Afghan special contributors in Afghanistan. Under strict security, we established a detailed operational plan with government agencies such as Ministry of Foreign Affairs and National Intelligence Services, and even provided nursing bottles and formula for young children. In order to bring even one more person, operational personnel such as medical staff and bodyguards and flight attendants stood by to protect these passengers. The commander of the airborne squadron, who had been watching this operation, said, "Korea has become a lot stronger than I thought, and today it is getting stronger." We haven't
장담할 수 없었던
had
작전이었지만
any experiences in such operations, and there was no guarantee of success. Nevertheless, the Republic of Korea showed strong potential without a single casualty. The National Defense Force that we see today did not suddenly rise one day. This was achieved with the will of the people and soldiers to protect our land, sea, and sky with our own strength. The dedication of our military to create a peaceful Korean peninsula today has raised our national defense power to the 6th place in the world. My government has pushed forward Defense Reform 2.0 without hesitation ever since its inception. We apply cutting-edge defense science and technology to weaponry systems and contribute to the development of private industry. And based on strong ROK-US alliance, we have completed the missile guidelines, which have been maintained for 40 years. We have abolished the guidelines to develop and deploy much more powerful missiles. The ROK Navy, following the Aegis ships and submarines equipped with SLBMs, it is advancing into the Great Ocean Navy by pursuing 30,000-ton light carrier projects. ROK Air Force has completed the next-generation Korean-style fighter at KF-21 prototype with homegrown technology. The KF-21 Borame has the flight speed of Mach 1.8 and an air-to-ground missile loading capacity of 7.7 tons. It will become the backbone of the Korean Air Force. Now, our military, on the basis of the Fourth Industrial Revolution technology, is leaping forward into a state-of-the-art force. We are building an integrated air defense system using hyper-connected network and a manned-unmanned combined combat system, and we are also upgrading our unmanned aerial power to perform various missions such as reconnaissance, communication relay, and attack. We will continue to develop AI-based cyber warfare systems, reconnaissance satellites, and solid propulsion technology for space launch vehicles to open the era of national space development. The ROK and the United States reaffirmed our will to transfer wartime operational control while strengthening the combined defense posture. Today, we are going to show the people the peacemaker landing operation that was built with our military power only. In the future joint operations of the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine Corps, we will be able to see the strong power of security that protects our country. I hope that you will be able to confirm the reliable force of our armed forces. Fellow armed forces soldiers, the government is doing its utmost to develop power and security that no one can shake and no one can covet. The government submitted a total of 55.2 trillion won to the National Assembly for next year's defense budget. This is 37% increase compared to 2017. In particular, for the high-tech core power and next-generation weapons, the R&D budget is increased with a budget of 4.9 trillion won and expand the virtual and augmented simulation training system for the training purposes. Efforts to actively foster the domestic defense industry are also included in the budget. Above all, we strengthened the country's responsibility to our youth generation. The standard salary of sergeants will be raised to 676,000 won. As of 2017, we have been able to keep our promise of the minimum wage level. The cost of meals per day has also increased to 11,000 Korean won. The reduction of the service period to 18 months will be completed in December this year. The government's efforts for peace and security of ROK and the welfare of its soldiers have yielded many results as such. The military itself is carrying out intensive reform efforts. The revision of the Military Court Act was made for a transparent and fair investigation and trial. The core of military innovation is human rights. The comradry formed while respecting each other's human rights is the nourishment of the military's combat power and morale. Soldiers are doing their best to accomplish their missions with a sense of duty to defend our homeland. Please keep in mind that innovating with the determination to arduous devotion for military human rights is the shortcut to becoming a strong military. Honorable Korean citizens, dear armed forces soldiers, in August, the remains of General Hong Bom-do, the commander-in-chief of the Korean Independence Army, returned home. Last week, the late Private Kim Seok-ju, the late Private Chung Hwan-jo, and total of 68 warriors came back home, the heroes of the Battle of Changjin-ho. The country the heroes dreamt of would be a country overflowing with peace and prosperity. Even at this very moment, we are advancing towards a country our heroes dreamt of, hand in hand with the global society. This year marks the 30th anniversary of Republic of Korea's accession to the United Nations. With the UN, we kept freedom and peace, and now is a member of the UN, fulfilling our international responsibilities. In 1993, 2 years after joining the UN, we dispatched our engineer battalion to Somalia as a UN peacekeeping force. Currently, the Dongmyeong unit in Lebanon, the Cheonghae unit in the waters of Somalia, the ARC unit in the UAE, and the Hanbit unit in South Sudan are actively working around the world. Today, the flags of the 19 deployment units, flags fluttered proudly in the sky of Pohang. I extend my condolences as well as encouragement to the dispatched soldiers and their families who are fulfilling their duties. I trust my military, and I am proud of our strong security posture. Based on this pride and trust, I have proposed the international community a new era of the end of war declaration and reconciliation cooperation on the Korean Peninsula. The first and the greatest responsibility as a commander-in-chief of the armed forces is create and maintain lasting peace on the Korean Peninsula. This is also the mission of our military. The government and military will resolutely respond to any actions that threaten the lives and safety of the people. I hope the Korean people will also support our brave soldiers with great trust and love. We will surely create complete peace with our military. Thank you.
대통령께서 자리로 이동하시겠습니다.
The president will now move back to his seat.
The
The South Korean government has been putting forth various efforts such as Defense Reform 2.0, smart defense innovation, and an increase in the defense budget in order to strengthen our self-reliant defense capabilities. In particular, we are striving to leap forward into a cutting-edge science and technology, a group based on the core technology of the fourth industrial revolution. And thanks to the support of the government and the people, the ROK Armed Forces has now grown into an elite military force capable of responding immediately to any security threats. Today, we will now showcase the results of the joint amphibious operation named Peacemaker. The most powerful force that makes peace is national defense. The Republic of Korea Armed Forces has now leaped to become the world's sixth largest military power. Today, through Peacemaker, we will showcase to you how peace is protected with cutting-edge science and technology-based power and cutting-edge weapons. And now, a joint amphibious operation unit composed of the ROK's Land, Sea, Air, and Marine Corps, it has completed preparations. The commander of the joint amphibious operation, the commander of the 1st Marine Division, will report to the president, the commander-in-chief of the country's military. I am Navy Major General Kim Hae-kwan, and now we have finished and completed all of the preparations for the implementation of the Operation Peacemaker. There are no restrictions on our amphibious operations, including land, sea, and air, as well as space and cyber domains. We will secure the target area in the shortest possible time with the conviction of victory and perfect cooperation. I order. Now we implement the Operation Peacemaker. We shall succeed and safeguard the Republic of Korea. The military-only communication satellite Anasis-2, which guarantees stable communication 24/7, is in operation in the skies of the Republic of Korea. Anasis-2, which has improved radio disturbance response capability and data transmission capability, guarantees smooth mission performance conditions during joint amphibious operations. It is also contributing to the development of the national defense power as well as economic development. And we have our special agents that are infiltrating into the heart of the enemy for more detailed operations. Eagle B. Roger. And now, based on this updated information, squadron to strike the enemy's main stronghold will be making its entry to the battlefield. And now the early warning aircraft E-737 Peace Eye and the maritime control aircraft MP-3C are entering the mission area to monitor the enemy air threats and submarine activity. Please take note of the large noise that may accompany the flights. We have the radar surveillance jet E-737 Peace Eye and the maritime patrol jet, which are now entering to the site of the mission. The E-737, also dubbed the command post of the sky, is an high-performance radar that detects and tracks enemy air threats approaching the operation area from all directions. The P-3C detects and tracks submarines and sinks them with torpedoes to protect amphibious forces from attacks by enemy submarines. And we have the multi-purpose aerial refueling transport aircraft KCS-330 Cygnus and F-15K and KF-16, which are entering the battlefield. They will be shooting down the enemy who are threatening the allies.
KC-330 greatly contributes to securing air superiority.
The
RF-16 squadron are responding. It's going to enemy surface-to-air threats with flares. At the moment, RF-16 is going into the battlefield. The flares fired by a squadron of reconnaissance aircraft perform evasive maneuvers. And now it will penetrate into the ocean line with enemy's key target with precision, and it will strike the command facilities. The Air Force's main fighter, KF-16, has excellent mobility. It disables enemy's air defenses and threatens its allies. The FA-50 squadron, developed by domestic technology, is in the target area with GPS-guided bombs. The leading F-15K accurately bombards deep targets and the missiles with Taurus and Slam-ER. The F-4E also has a powerful arming capabilities with a lethal attack to the enemy's front and rear forces. And the squadron is doing a three-pronged split maneuver. In order to maintain the air superiority gained through the perfect mission of the attack squadron, the F-15K squadron will enter. The F-15K squadron is performing a victory pitch maneuver with a firm determination not to allow any threats. F-15K Slam Eagle, a powerful jet, will make enemies feel fear. F-15K performs a vertical maneuver to shoot down an air threat. Slam Eagle is dodging heat-seeking missiles with flares and soaring vigorously to protect the skies. The Marine Corps and the Air Force's force is displayed. At the sea, the members of the Marine Corps Special Reconnaissance Unit are infiltrating with a small rubber boat IBS in a discreet manner. In order to succeed this amphibious operation, it is the shortest time with minimum sacrifice. And for this, the removal of underwater obstacles is essential. The removal of underwater obstacles at the target shore will be the signal for a full-fledged naval assault. The Marine Corps Special Reconnaissance Team successfully detonated the underwater obstacle. Now, with a strong fire support from the Air Force and removal of underwater obstacles, the operation conditions are set. The Joint Amphibious Operation Unit will charge by sea and air to secure the target area. Ladies and gentlemen, now look 1.5 kilometers ahead, 64 KAAVs, an amphibious assault vehicle of the Marines, are charging the shore. The 1st Battalion at the forefront advances by emitting a brown and white smoke screen to prevent exposure to the enemy. The brown smoke screen protects KAAV from aiming fire by blocking both the naked eye and the infrared view. The white smoke screen emitted by KAAV also improves the survivability of the force. The KAAV, which is charging through strong waves, is the core force of the amphibious operation. Now we will look at the KAAV battalion that is emitting brown and white smoke. The last echelon covers the rear of the amphibious force and rushes to the target area. The Army's main attacker helicopter Apache squadron is behind the Marado ship. We're entering the battlefield at high speed. The Apache squadron is heading towards the target at high speed. Apache is firing flare to dodge enemy heat-seeking missiles. It's an all-weather attack helicopter, the strongest power of our military. The Apache squadron will now maneuver over the target area to cover the amphibious assault vehicle. The KAAV is now followed by IBS, small rubber boats of 48, a symbol of Marine Corps. The IBS is the best amphibious force capable of stealth and discreet penetration with minimal explosion. The invincible Marines are breaking through the rough current and charging towards the target. Now IBS squadron separates the left and the right and charges toward the target coast from the sides. A strong wave of Syrian Black Hawk Chinook from the Army and the Marine Un from the Marine Corps Air Corps will enter the target area. The Syrian, the mobile helicopter developed by the domestic technology, is equipped with advanced navigation equipment, and it's coming from the rear, and it will be able to cut out the threat of the enemy. And it will contribute to protecting the rear. At the moment, Sorgi is charging towards, and K-808 wheeled armored vehicles is coming towards this target area. The airlifting boat can quickly transport one tank and 9 K9 self-propelled gun and 100 amphibious troops. The air buoy, which lifts the hull from the water, is coming towards the target area. The attack helicopter is also coming towards, and the squadron of 7 Apache attack helicopters is covering the air to support the amphibious force. The Apache attack helicopters is a very strong force that enhances greatly the survivability of the assault vehicles, the IBS, and air buoyant. Now, KAAV, the amphibious assault vehicle, the Invincible Marines, are approaching the target point without any hesitation amidst the enemy fire. Even at the IBS docked on the shore, the Marines are charging into the target with fierce momentum. From there, what we see, we can feel a strong power to protect the Republic of Korea and the spirit of their force. The follow-up KAAV squadron arrives at the shore. Ladies and gentlemen, please look ahead. Finally, the Republic of Korea Armed Forces has secured its target. This large taegukgi is being unfolded as a proud armed forces of the Republic of Korea. The most powerful force to create peace, the Republic of Korea Armed Forces successfully completed Operation Peacemaker. It proves that the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine Corps perfectly demonstrates their unity to create and protect peace. Now, to commemorate the successful completion of the joint amphibious operation, let us all stand together and sing the proud military song of the Republic of Korea's armed forces. We will first sing the Republic of Korea Army song. With the Army song, the Army's attack helicopter Apache is entering the venue. Next, the unquestionable RK Navy.
천안봉에 탑승한 해군 장병들과
We will sing along with the sailors aboard Cheonwon-bong ship. The greatest power to protect the Republic of Korea, the highest power, Air Force. The Air Force's newest fifth generation fighter, the F-35A, is demonstrating its great maneuvers. For justice and freedom, Republic of Korea Marine Corps. Let's go, Marines. If anyone could be a Marine, I would never choose to be a Marine. I will sing along with our invincible Marines from the coast of Togo.
우리 국군의 군가를 듣는 것만으로도
Listening to the
가슴이
army songs,
뜨거워지고
it
웅장해지는 걸
really is an
느꼈습니다.
overwhelming
우리 정부
feelings that is coming.
4년여간 힘을 동한
For the
평화를
last
이뤄내기
4
위해
years,
혼신의 노력을
the ROK
그로
armed
인해
forces
이제는 급변하는 안보
did their
상황 속에서
utmost
아무도
to
흔들
protect
수
the
없는
homeland. And
대한민국으로
amidst this
발전시켰습니다.
uncertain
군인의 한
times,
사람으로서
it has
강한 국군의
contributed
모습을
greatly
국민들께
to the
보여드릴 수
development
있어
of the
뜻깊은
national
시간이었습니다.
pride.
대한민국 국군은 아나시스 군사 위성과 글로벌
And
호크 등
ANASYS
전략 정보 자산부터
military satellite
SLBM,
and
현무, 타우러스
military
미사일 등의
assets
전략
and Taurus missiles,
타격선까지 각군의 고른 발전으로 세계
all
6위의 군사 강국으로 성장했습니다.
military forces
우리
as
국군은
the
여기서
now world's
안주하지
sixth
않겠습니다.
largest military power.
초연결
Our
네트워크
military
기반의 통합
will
공중방어체계,
not fall
유무인 복합 전투체계와
complacent. We will
인공지능을
continue to
기반으로
develop
한
an integrated air
사이버전
defense
체계
system based
구축,
on hyper-connected
그리고
network,
국방 우주력을 지속 발전시켜 나갈
as well
것입니다.
as a cyber warfare system based on artificial intelligence. Please look forward to the changes and the endeavors of the armed forces. Today, as the last order of our commemoration, the military commander will salute to the president at the coast of Togo.
대통령께서 무대 단상으로
The president will
이동하시겠습니다.
move to the center stage.
대통령께 대하여
Salute
경례.
to the president.
대통령께서
The
자리로
president will move back to his seat.
국군은 국민의 군대로서
The armed forces of the
국가를
state shall
방위하고
share its
자유민주주의를
beliefs of
수호하며
defending the
조국의
state as
통일에
its army,
바치함을 그
protecting a
이념으로
liberal democracy, and contributing to the
군인복무기본법
unification
5조 1항입니다.
of the South and North of
국민의
Korea.
군대,
And this is the
대한강군은
Chapter 5,
더
Article
막강해진
1
힘을
of
통해
the Framework
한반도의
Act on
평화와
Military Status
국민의
and
안녕을
Service.
반드시
And we
지키겠습니다.
will secure the safety of the country. Victory.
이상으로
And this concludes our 73rd anniversary ceremony of the Armed Forces Day. Thank you very much for enduring all this time to stay with us throughout the ceremony.
Now, that was our partial live coverage of South Korea's 73rd Armed Forces Day ceremony in Pohang. We will be back with more of the details on this front in our regular newscast at 12 p.m. Korea time, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.